The imposing mansion stood proudly in the most luxurious neighborhood of the city, a symbol of Evelyn's undeniable success. From the height of its expansive windows, she gazed over her property with a certain pride, remembering the countless sleepless nights and sacrifices that had led her to this moment. Wealthy, influential, and respected, she was the portrait of an accomplished woman. By her side stood Jacob, her husband, who appeared to share in her satisfaction, though his eyes carried a subtle hint of restlessness that she failed to notice. "Is this what they call paradise on earth?" Jacob asked softly, his voice betraying no emotion. Evelyn smiled, reaching to hold his hand, her tone warm but measured. "Yes, Jacob, this is everything I've ever dreamed of, and it's only the beginning for us." Evelyn had built her empire with blood, sweat, and determination. The exhausting dedication to work had been her life's rhythm, a force that propelled her forward even in the face of challenges. Jacob admired this about her in a way, her insatiable drive and discipline. "Tonight, let's go out for dinner," she said with a rare lightness in her tone. "I've reserved that restaurant you love. You deserve it, Jacob." He smiled, nodding his agreement, but there was something fleeting in the gesture, an absence of true joy. As Evelyn turned to adjust her earrings in the mirror, Jacob glanced at his reflection, quickly hiding the flicker of disdain in his eyes. Evelyn, preoccupied with her appearance and her plans for the evening, missed the change in his expression. Evelyn's world revolved around her business. Deals, contracts, and major decisions consumed her days. She believed Jacob to be the ideal partner, someone to share her life and ambitions. But Jacob was a man of his own desires. Younger, charming, and restless, he had married Evelyn not only for her brilliance, but for the life of comfort and privilege she provided. Later that evening, Evelyn received a call she couldn't ignore. Leaving Jacob alone in the dining room, he watched her retreat with irritation before pulling out his phone. His fingers moved deftly across the screen as he sent a quick message. "It's clear. Meet me now." He tucked the phone away and finished his drink, his face calm, even charming, as Evelyn returned. For her, it was just another one of Jacob's solo outings, the nights where he claimed to be meeting an old friend or going for a quiet drink alone. She trusted him, preoccupied as she was with her empire, too consumed by her responsibilities to notice the patterns in his behavior. "Enjoy your evening, Jacob," she said, planting a kiss on his cheek before returning to her work. Jacob smiled, stepping out into the night with a purpose. He drove quickly to a dimly lit parking lot just beyond the neighborhood. Waiting for him there was Marcus, Evelyn's much younger business associate. "Everything's ready?" Jacob asked, his voice low but urgent. Marcus nodded, his arms crossed as he leaned against his car. "She'll be taking the car tomorrow morning for her meeting. It's all set. No one will suspect a thing." Jacob's lips curled into a small smile. "Good. This is our chance. Once she's out of the way, everything she's built will be mine. Ours." Marcus's eyes gleamed with anticipation. For both men, the plan was not just about eliminating Evelyn, but about seizing the empire she had built. Evelyn trusted Marcus implicitly, relying on him for key decisions in her business. It was that trust that had given him the access he needed to tamper with the brakes of her car, ensuring that the coming accident would appear as a tragic misfortune. "What about after?" Marcus asked, his tone cautious. "We keep it simple. Grieve, of course, but I'll take over immediately. With her gone, everything transfers to me." Unbeknownst to the two conspirators, a street girl named Lily was huddled near the edge of the parking lot, seeking shelter from the cold. She had seen Jacob's car pull in and was curious enough to creep closer, staying hidden in the shadows. As the two men's conversation unfolded, Lily pieced together the plot. She realized that the woman they were targeting must be Evelyn, a name she had heard before, spoken in awe by passers-by. Lily's mind raced as she tried to decide what to do. She had no family, no home, and no ties. Most people ignored her, and she had learned to survive by staying invisible. Yet she couldn't shake the feeling that she had to do something. The weight of what she'd overheard pressed on her chest. After Jacob and Marcus left, Lily slipped away, determined to find Evelyn. The next morning, as Evelyn prepared to leave for her meeting, Lily positioned herself outside the gates of the mansion. She had spent the night pacing and rehearsing her words, unsure of how to approach someone so far removed from her world. When she saw the sleek car pulling out of the driveway, she ran toward it, waving her arms frantically. Evelyn stopped abruptly, rolling down her window with a mix of irritation and curiosity. "What are you doing here?" she demanded. "I need to talk to you. It's about your safety," Lily blurted, her voice trembling but urgent. Evelyn's brow furrowed as she scrutinized the girl. "You have 1 minute. Speak." Lily took a deep breath. "I overheard a conversation last night. Your husband and someone named Marcus. They're planning something. They've tampered with your car. They want it to look like an accident so they can take everything from you." Evelyn stared at her, disbelief written on her face. "That's ridiculous. My husband would never—" "Please," Lily interrupted, her voice breaking. "I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling the truth. Just check the brakes before you leave. If I'm wrong, fine, but if I'm right—" Something in the girl's desperation made Evelyn pause. Against her better judgment, she called for her mechanic to inspect the car. Within minutes, her worst fears were confirmed. The brakes had been tampered with. Evelyn felt a chill run down her spine as the realization settled in. The man she had trusted most was plotting against her. Turning to Lily, Evelyn said, "Get in the car. We need to talk." Lily hesitated before climbing into the passenger seat. Evelyn drove to a secluded location where they could speak freely. As Lily recounted everything she had overheard, Evelyn's mind raced. The betrayal cut deeply, but it also ignited a fierce resolve within her. "You've done something incredibly brave," Evelyn said finally. "Now I need your help." The two devised a plan, one that would not only expose Jacob and Marcus, but also ensure they paid for their betrayal. Evelyn began by contacting her lawyer, revising her will to prevent Jacob from inheriting anything in the event of her death under suspicious circumstances. She also arranged for a staged accident to make it appear as though Jacob's plan had succeeded. The next morning, news of Evelyn's tragic accident spread quickly. Jacob played the role of the grieving widower with aplomb, receiving condolences with a carefully crafted expression of sorrow. Marcus stayed in the background, confident that they had succeeded. Meanwhile, Lily worked quietly with Evelyn, who was safe in a secure location. Together, they monitored Jacob and Marcus's movements, gathering evidence of their conspiracy. It wasn't long before the two men began to make plans to take control of Evelyn's assets. At the reading of the will, Jacob and Marcus's expectations were shattered when the lawyer revealed the clause preventing them from inheriting anything. Before they could react, Evelyn entered the room, alive and well. The shock on their faces was evident. "Surprised to see me?" Evelyn asked, her voice calm but filled with icy resolve. Jacob stammered, searching for words, while Marcus remained silent, his face pale. Evelyn laid out everything she knew, her words cutting through their weak denials. By the time the police arrived to arrest them, the two men were resigned to their fate. As the dust settled, Evelyn turned her attention to Lily. "You saved my life," she said, her voice soft but filled with conviction. "I won't forget what you've done." Evelyn offered Lily a place in her home, a chance to rebuild her life. Over time, the two formed a bond built on trust and mutual respect. Evelyn taught Lily the skills she would need to navigate the world, while Lily reminded Evelyn of the importance of loyalty and courage. Together, they began a new chapter, their lives forever changed by the events that had brought them together. For Evelyn, it was a chance to rebuild not just her empire but her faith in others. For Lily, it was an opportunity to find a home and a future, one she never thought possible.